Welcome back to my mansion.
I think you mean my mansion. Haha.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Look, this is going to get really confusing. Maybe we need to do a recap. How? The original murder mystery was like 160 odd episodes long and is available on YouTube. I still think we should try. Okay, stand back. Here goes. I'm a famous Hollywood starlet who discovered she had a twin sister who happened to be a murderous psychopath, so I ended up killing her. But it turned out I was descended from the Bletons of Blackwell Manor, and the current Lord Bletton is actually my cousin. This isn't the real Lord Bletton. They're an imposter who was framed for the murder of the real Lord Bletton, who was also a jewel thief. But we were all brought together because the murder of this Lord Bletton's childhood sweetheart, which remained unsolved for years and would have stayed that way without the efforts of her former butler and Scotland Yard detective, who also happened to have a murderous twin because the writers were clearly running out of ideas. And the final mystery was that even though the detective's twin was shot several times, the body went missing. Everybody up to speed now? Good. I need a drink.
Yeah, there were a lot of missing bodies, mysterious characters, and murders.
Clues in the title, sweetheart. I wonder what will happen this time. I guess it depends on whether any of us have any mysteries to share, or how much gin the writers had. There is one thing I'd like to talk about. Thank fuck for that, otherwise this would be a really short series. Now, don't get your hopes too high. On my way here, I found a copy of this. The silly local newspaper.
I'll have you know that the Blackwell News is highly respectable.
Oh, please, it's village chip paper. Someone only has to sneeze in Blackwell and it's news. Anyway, detective, why is that so strange? I didn't buy it. Maybe someone left their copy on a train or a bus or something. Well, that would make it even stranger. Why? This copy is 20 years old. I think whoever it belongs to intended for me to find it.
You think someone left this for you on purpose?
Yes. Why? Well, just have a look at the front page. It looks like me. Looks like? You mean that's not you?
How can you be sure?
When I visited you to help you unravel this murder mystery earlier this year, it was the first time I'd set foot in this whole county in 30 years. Do you have a twin, perhaps? Seriously? We're only 3 episodes in and we've run out of ideas already. I can't help but notice you haven't answered the question. I have no twin. Well, what was that? What? Your answer. It was like one of those answers where you're technically telling the truth, but you're keeping a little something to yourself. Okay, I have no twin, and I'm not one of triplets or any other multiple. In fact, I have no siblings at all.
There, that's an end to it then.
I'm not so sure. Yeah, I think you just did the same thing again. Do you need me to recount my entire family tree?
Oh, yes.
No. How about you just tell us if you think you know who that is in the picture? Okay, yes. I have a suspicion about who that might be in the picture, but I'm not sure. I think it's time you did some explaining. So early in the series, I have a cousin with whom I share a passing resemblance, or should I say, had. What do you mean, had? That's what is so confusing, detective. They would have been dead well before this newspaper was printed.
Ooh, how mysterious. Are you going to say they get murdered?
I really hope so, otherwise we need to rename this. The police deemed it an accident, but I've always had my suspicions, and the way this has all surfaced again makes me very worried.
Really?
Yes. I believe we're all in danger.
Whoa, why are we in danger?
Well, I'm not sure, but something doesn't add up. What do you mean? I have too many questions. If someone has no information about my cousin, they could have come straight to me. But instead, all of you were involved.
Maybe it's because you just happened to be coming here for Christmas.
And that would make sense if someone had left the paper for me to find. But they didn't. They gave it to you, detective. That's true, and yes, it is very odd. Wait, what are you suggesting? You're getting very defensive, detective. Ooh, I feel like some shit's about to go down. Popcorn? Hang on a second, I was invited here for Christmas and some weirdo plants an old newspaper on me that clearly means something to you, so why are you implying that I'm suspicious? Very suspicious.
Yeah, down with the filth. Sorry, I seem to have misread the room.
Look, we all know the police can bungle murder cases. That's the very reason we all met. But I can't help but feel your implications regarding the detective have no foundation.
Enough of this unpleasantness. If our time together has taught us anything, it's that we need to be honest with each other. So much heartbreak could have been spared if we'd shared the painful truth of our past. Let's not make the same mistake again.
Fucking hell, who put him in charge? Lord Bletton, you're right.
Cool.
And with that in mind, I have something to say. I have a confession to make. Well, we have been waiting 8 episodes already. I wasn't given the newspaper on my way here. I found it on my desk at Scotland Yard one morning, and I was confused. There's nothing about the newspaper article that is particularly sinister, even though I thought I did recognise Raz in the photo. I couldn't understand why it had been left anonymously.
That is curious.
I thought it was one of you messing around, but then I received the note. What did the note say? It said there will be another mystery to unravel at Bledwell Manor this Christmas.
Wait, I don't get it. So you were given an anonymous tip-off that something was strange about the newspaper?
Basically, yeah.
Did you get forensics to check out the newspaper and the note?
What the fuck? Well, yes, but they found nothing. Whoever sent both documents knew exactly what they were doing. They have protected their identity well. Interesting. What do you mean? Well, you've already lied to us once, Detective. Why should we believe you?
Because we need to trust each other. Otherwise, we are lost.
But then you would say that, wouldn't you, Lord Blettin?
I don't understand. What are you implying?
Why did you invite us here, Lord Blettin? If I had a drink for every time someone asked us that in a murder mystery, I'd be... Oh, wait.
Are you implying that I sent the detective the newspaper and the note?
Possibly, yes.
But why?
Who else would even notice the article in the Bletwell Times, let alone sit on it for 20 years and wait until you can use it to your advantage?
What advantage? How on earth would I remember the Bletwell Times from yesterday, let alone 20 years ago?
I'll be honest, I agree with Lord Blettin. I'm not sure he possesses the capacity for that sort of calculation. So you could easily be in this together. Hang on a minute, this is getting crazy now. Are you honestly suggesting that Lord Blettin even possesses the capacity to scheme or deceive? You have met him. You have a point. Perhaps the detective isn't Lord Blettin's accomplice. Thank goodness you see that. Perhaps you are. What? You are relying on each other to support mistruths. Who really owns Bletwell Manor? Who is the heir and why? Who has happily wiped out family members who also happen to be competitors to their wealth and power? Surely you and the Lord are no more trustworthy than the detective. Your web of deceit is terrifyingly impressive. Well, allow me to break it down for you. Yes, I killed my twin. Yes, she was going to kill us all. Yes, I'd do it again. So in summary, if there is ever a murderous psychopath among us again, you might just be grateful that I have the balls to pull the trigger. Quite right.
Hear, hear.
Unless you're scared because you happen to be the murderous psychopath. Are you accusing me of murdering my cousin? Yes and no.
I'm lost.
We only think there even is a cousin because you mentioned it. Everything so far is based on your word. Right from the second you told us that wasn't you in the newspaper photo. That's true. And you've spent the last 6 episodes trying to make the rest of us look guilty. Maybe that's because you're trying to throw suspicion off yourself. So we're back to square one. We all only have each other's word that they're telling the truth. And surely each of us still have plenty to conceal.
Just like old times.
Well, now we've gone full circle. Here we are again, thinking we're supposed to be having a nice time, when a dark mystery falls into our laps, and now we don't know who to trust. Okay, let's work this through again. I receive a copy of a newspaper that isn't mysterious in itself, and a note warning of a mystery that needs solving.
And we all think that the person on the cover of the paper is Raz.
Except that it isn't me. But that's not where the mystery ends, because the only person it could be died before the paper was printed. So let's suppose we believe you, Raz. Thank you. For now.
Are you sure there's no one else it could be in the photo?
I'm certain. Then I suppose the only thing left to discuss is the mysterious death of your cousin. It will be difficult for me, but I shall do my best to explain. This will be a very difficult story for me to tell. My cousin and I were very close. We had been since we were very young, but as we got older, our jobs kept us apart, and we couldn't see each other as often as we used to.
Surely the Duchess gave you time off from your duties.
My cousin and I both had busy schedules. We were rarely both free at the same time, but we corresponded regularly. Did the Duchess's murder change that? I suppose, sort of, but by then it was too late. My cousin was already dead. They both died at about the same time, a few days apart. How unlucky. It wasn't luck, it was murder, and of that I am certain.
So what happened to your cousin?
Several days before the police informed me of my cousin's death, I received a very unusual correspondence. Have you ever mentioned it before? Only to the police, and I'm afraid, Detective, they were not the least bit interested. So what was this correspondence, and why was it unusual? Our correspondence was usually short but frequent letters. The usual sort of thing, sharing a joke, exchanging news, hoping for the next time we will see each other.
That sounds lovely.
But this letter was different. It told me to stay away, to never try and make contact again. Are you sure it was definitely from your cousin? I believe so. Could it be connected to the Duchess's murder in any way? Recounting this, even after all this time, is surprisingly painful. Please forgive me. I need a moment. So what do we think? While Raz is out of the room, I'm just going to say this. I don't trust them.
What part don't you believe?
All of it.
You're heartless.
Undoubtedly. But don't forget that heartlessness saved your lives. Okay, so what in particular do you take issue with? We still only have Raz's word for any of this. In fact, we only have their word for anything they've ever said.
What do you mean?
Everything from before, even, was down to their word. Are you doubting the Duchess's murder as well now? Not necessarily. But two murders in your life, that close together, and one, your employer, you devote your life to solving, while the other, your beloved cousin you never even mention? It does raise questions, I admit. What's that?
Oh, I better get that. Hello?
I guess the phone lines work this time, huh?
Break in? Check the video cameras. Yes, please hurry.
Since when have you had security in this place?
Since my mansion was used for a murderous rampage by a trigger-happy psychopath.
I think you mean my mansion.
Well, do you know how many of your windows needed replacing? Exactly. Well, I decided I should try and prevent it happening again. So I have security cameras, and a team monitor them all the time.
And they're on their way?
Yes, but the roads are closed because of bad weather. They told me to monitor the cameras and prepare to defend myself.
Ugh, perhaps when this is over you should upgrade to their premium service. Let's check out these cameras then.
Right, here we go. Nothing on this one. This one looks okay. Nothing on this one either.
Wait, there was someone there.
On this one?
Yes, look.
Oh, wait, stand down. I'll call security back. It's only Raz.
What's me?
Fuck.
I don't understand. What's going on? Lord Bletton has security cameras.
And we have an intruder.
Who happens to look exactly like you. Let me see.
There's no one there.
Maybe it's a false alarm. We all saw someone.
Well, maybe it was Raz.
I didn't go to that part of the mansion. I only stepped outside the main entrance. It couldn't have been me. Wait, I saw something again. Who was that? I'm not sure.
What's going on?
I don't know. Is that your cousin? I don't know. Can you hear footsteps? Oh, here we go again.
They're getting closer to that door.
What do we do? Do we have any weapons?
I think it's too late.
I don't believe it. So good to see you again, my cousin. It can't be. You're dead. Oh, I should be, shouldn't I? Lord knows you did your best. Did your best? What do you mean? My dearest cousin here, who I'm sure has spent considerable time lamenting my death, is actually my murderer.
I don't understand.
I do. What? This whole mystery exists because of Raz. Our whole perspective on it has been because we took Raz's word. The problem is that Raz was telling the truth.
How is that a problem?
Because Raz was telling the truth when they said they were sure I was murdered. Oh my god! Because Raz murdered me.
You murdered your cousin?
Apparently not. But you tried, my cousin. Why? Why did you try to kill your cousin? It's a good question, and I have my own theory, but I've waited a long time for the opportunity to ask you face to face. Nothing to say, my cousin? That is unusual. They've lost their bow ties. I can't tell which one is which. I've waited long enough. It's time to end this. My thoughts exactly.
Stop! I've had enough.
What are you doing?
I've had enough. I want an end to the killing.
So you have a gun.
I'm tired of innocents dying. Stop it, both of you.
But you can't tell us apart. Kill them. They tried to murder me. They're lying. They killed the Duchess. Kill them. How did you know you were killing the right one? Raz has been very careful to tell us the truth, but just now, they lied.
I still don't understand.
I was the one that worked for the Duchess, and I made the mistake of sharing all my doubts and suspicions with my cousin. You were the Duchess's butler, not Raz? Correct, but my fatal, or almost fatal mistake, was telling my cousin how well the Duchess had provided for me in her will.
So Raz planned to kill you and then simply claim your identity?
And that's exactly what they did for 20 years. But you weren't dead. No, but Raz didn't know that. Up until now, no. I was happy to bide my time and wait for my moment. So it was you that left the newspaper and the note on my desk? What newspaper?